Almighty God, are indeed grateful to you for this privilege to meet here under this banner, Sports Wrap. As the host just indicated, it's a very popular program, reaching out to so many homes on island, off island, internationally. Lord, we are thankful for the dedication, the love, and the appreciation shown by these fine gentlemen, Lockett Sebastian, Ron Lander, uh, Thompson Fountain, and of course, Emmanuel Loblack, who've consistently, week after week, shown how much they love and appreciate sports and how much they'd like to see sports do much better in Dominica. Lord, we pray that we will continue to do our best. They will continue to do their best, and their best will continue to motivate others to do their best. That Dominica will be the one that will benefit as a result of the best. Lord, we are mindful of those in authority in this country. We would like to see more done. We'd like to see more done, Heavenly Father. And we pray that the government will put more effort behind sports, put more resources in sports, and that more of the sports enthusiasts will be motivated to reach higher heights. Lord, we pray on behalf of this studio. We trust, O Lord, as we continue to use this medium to communicate sporting activities week after week and other times. We just trust that you will be with us and be with the station and may continue to do what is doing and do better day after day. Lord, we pray for Dominica at this time, this hurricane season, as we are into the passage of another system. We're not sure how large the system is or will be, but we've begun to see the rain already. We just pray that you take care of us, that you guide and protect Dominica and the other islands as we continue here this evening. May you help us to continue to depend on you, because you're the greatest God. You are a great God. And may you help us to always rely upon you for what you can do for us and what you've always done. May we love you. May we love you and love you more. We ask it in Jesus' name.
Amen. 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 Let's have a little song after this prayer. Wonderful prayer from Lambert Charles.
On the road himself is my portion. Yes, my head in love. Oh, my heart, the Lord has it teaches me to prosper. I have come with testimony. You can see it. Say you can call it testimony. It is my time, it is my season. All around us, testimony. And because the Lord is my shepherd, I shall never want every day. In the glory. Your life is not ordinary. It's filled with signs and wonders. For the hand of the Lord is upon you. Come with stories to tell. You have come with testimony. sun all around you this morning.
But there's also a learning curve on this process with going on the river. Nothing huge, effective to some other controversy we covered. And it seems that
Yeah. Okay. We tonight we're going to be talking first of all with the Olympics. We're going to have Miss Burnett, the capacity officer, who's going to be speaking to us for a while. We also speak to Donnie Robinson, talking about basketball season is really on now. There's also football. We'll speak to the PRO of the Football Association. Lots of cricket. The Windward Islands won today in the under-19. We'll speak to Andrew Mason from Grenada. Tell us about the empty grounds they had at the test match today. Australia being bowled out for 286. So lots of sports, and well, there's also the test match in England where the captain Gill made a big double hundred, man. Shubman Gill 269, and England 3 wickets down. So lots of sport tonight, and we're really going to keep you entertained for the next 2 hours. Lobby just joined us, but we seem to have lost him again. So I guess he'll probably join us back tonight. So I think Dr. Fountain is going to be calling us in a while. I think they're in grand form to talk about what's happening up there. But you know, before Dr. Fountain joined us, Lambi, you just spoke about in the prayer about the hurricane season. And the authorities need to do right all over the place. Last Saturday, guys, we had some heavy rain, right? And it was mostly down the coast. Collyho, Colby Street, Biash, Jubla, Portsmouth. Now, it was 2016 we had the hurricane, right? 2016? We had, what's the name, Erica?
Oh, we had the water storm 15,
Right.
2017.
2017. Remember after the hurricane, the people in the coast were told there was talk of relocating Kulbisha and Collier people. There was talk of that. No, my goodness. Nothing has happened. Every time rain falling, the people down there are scrambling. Nothing has happened since that time. Now, last week we heard the cabinet, they were in Bells. And then during the thing, we heard they say that Bells people were asking for this, that, whatever. And at the meeting, Bells people were told the following day, graders would go to the playing field, whatever, to the health center. Why did that certain areas get things done so quickly and other areas? People in Colby Street are suffering. Give the people a wall, just like Collier, they started the wall. Complete it, please, on both sides of the road. It is not right. If we're talking about Christianity and we believe in God, it cannot be right you do in certain areas and other people, every time with heavy rain, people scrambling. And you know, I want to talk about a guy, Hiram Charleston. That's Leroy Charles' uncle. Hiram Charles has helped a lot of people. Ronald, do you know him? Hiram Charles. You will know him. To drive a truck in those days and help plenty people who are going to school. And I'm seeing this man now in his 80s. Rain of last Saturday, had all his clothes wet. He has nowhere to go. I mean, we have an elderly man. And we talk about elderly. Let us try to help people. It cannot be that certain people, we just forget them. And we're talking about God. Help everybody, please, but yeah, help. Because with bad weather for everybody, and as Labi just said, we have about a tropical wave. In fact, the college graduation was moved to this morning because they had pending bad weather. So please, let us help everybody. Let us not be like that and say when we go certain areas, things can be done quickly. Other people, places down the coast, people are suffering. It's just wrong, Ronalanda.
Yes. However, we've got a packed program tonight, and there are 3 activities that I want to speak about very briefly. The CARICOM Classic Chess Tournament, where Dominica is participating in Guyana. They've got 6 players out there, and when they return, they will give us a total report. Interestingly, veteran Edgar Berridge is still involved. So that's one area with the CARICOM Classic Chess Tournament. Also, we've got our 2 guys, Mervyn Mingo and Bill Frederick, participating in the NORCICA World Championship in volleyball, beach volleyball. And finally, in junior cricket West Indies Rising Star under 19, We've got the Windward Islands performing, playing in against Leeward Islands in St. Kitts, and we'll be giving you, when it comes to cricket, we'll give you some of those scores.
You know, while you're on cricket, I heard yesterday Jim Allen, who I played for the Combined Island from Montserrat, died. Now, I was a bit surprised today when I watched the cricket, and at least they didn't have an armband, a black armband. Now, Jim didn't play for West Indies, agreed, but Jim Allen, nobody on this current West Indies team could bat better than Jim Allen, and that is a fact. He has a high average than everybody else on that team. And maybe some of these guys might never even have heard of Jim Allen. I played with him for Combined Islands together with Viv. And in fact, in 1974, when Viv got selected, most people felt it was Jim that should have been selected. I mean, the results have shown that the selector did a fine job. But Jim Allen, Ronald, have you heard of Jim Allen, right? From
I know, I saw him back. He and his brother, he had a brother.
George died long time.
Yeah.
But Jim died yesterday, and as a teammate, in fact, as I said, I played with him for the Combined. In fact, he and I were in England together. We stayed in the same house, playing league cricket in the Lancashire, Cheshire League for Hyde Cricket Club. So as I said, I was a bit surprised today that they didn't talk about Jim Allen, the guy who wear armbands. And as I said, I'm wondering if they know, if they ever heard of Jim Allen. Honestly, I'm wondering if they heard of it. And of course, this morning, man, I was stunned this morning when I checked the news and I'm hearing the guy for Liverpool, young guy, 23 years, helped Liverpool win the championship just a month ago, and he died in a crash. He and his brother, Diego Dallo, man, not Dallo, the younger, I'm forgetting his name right now. His name is Jota, Diego Jota, perished at 23 in his sports car, and I mean, just got married a few weeks ago. And it was sad that a young guy like that, at young age, just he's not in the prime of his life yet, and he's gone, he's finished, man. It's really, really, really sad. Really sad. And that's life, I suppose. We're still not getting contact with Emmanuel Loblack. He's still having problems to find him.
Yeah, because the items that I spoke about there, I want to underline them with sports tourism, where we've got a chess tournament participating in Guyana. We've got volleyball in Dominican Republic. We've got cricket, a young cricket team in St. Kitts. I'm saying that when those guys go out to play, the Dominica Discover Authority supposed to brief the management of each of those teams. So when they go out there, they can represent Dominica and promote Dominica free of charge. Additionally, I'm noticing that quite a number of countries, Grenada was out of the ring for a while, and Grenada is now hosting with an empty stadium, hosting cricket. St. Kitts has a model where St. Kitts is continuously attracting all types of sports. And when you look at the playing area in St. Kitts, it's also very empty. Australia is going to play T20 in St. Kitts. Right now, you've got under-19 cricket in St. Kitts. And the St. Kitts people have recognized the importance of sports tourism and are investing in it. Please, the Discover Dominica Authority, the Ministry of Sports, let us examine sports tourism and see how we could get the most out of sports tourism to boost up our economy.
I think we have Lobby back with us. Lobby, are you there?
Nope.
Well, we're hearing you now. Are you there?
No, but can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. We're hearing you.
But I'm
Are you
not
saying-
seeing you all.
You not seen us?
No.
But we can see you.
But I don't know what happened.
We're seeing you clearly now. We are hearing you.
But that is strange. I just can't see you. I'm not, your thing is blank. I'm not seeing you.
Well, don't speak because we're hearing you for sure. We're hearing you for sure. We're hearing you. I mean, I guess probably the internet, I guess.
It's possible because we have a storm approaching in a while, a storm.
Well, there's supposed to be a tropical wave around here as well.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Yeah, we have the week has not been the best, you know.
Oh, you mean you had bad weather all week?
Yeah, a lot of
Well, last Saturday we had some terrible weather down in the.
I know you have that, you know. Yes, you have the waves at least once. Yes, Sebastian, you know, I don't know if you heard about the death of this Portuguese guy.
Yeah, the young boy for Liverpool, yeah. Perished, he and his brother.
Yes, I mean it's very sad, you know, Sebastian. Very sad. It
Yeah, he
has,
and his brother, both of them perished.
no,
And
it has
Jim,
not.
you remember Jim Allen, Lobby?
But seriously, joking, man. If I remember Jim Hallin,
He died yesterday.
but who died yesterday? What
Yeah.
was he? Was he ailing?
That I don't know. I've been trying to find out all today. I've been trying to find out, but
I mean, they say this. I mean, they say, look, Jim Hallin would be around the days of y'all, our
it's like
original
what
tournament.
I just said. There's nobody on the West Indies team who could battle than him. No,
Sibo
nobody,
is only a matter of bat, you know. During
nobody.
the tenure of you or Sebastian, we could have had two teams.
Well, you're right, because
We could
so
have
many
had two
people
teams
that could make the Common Island team, and so many guys. I mean,
because the combined island team was the most difficult team to make.
easily, by far.
Okay, I'm seeing y'all now.
Well, you see now. Okay, well, everything
Yeah,
should be
that's
back to.
yeah.
Everything
This was
should
the
be back
most
to.
difficult. Sibo, this was the most difficult team to make because Gifford Walsh was a very good keeper, you know.
But look at people like Kentish. Kentish never made the Common Islands
I
team.
know
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
not
I mean,
easy. It
so
was
many
and we had standard at the time. Of the I mean, they say, look, it's unbelievable.
But even the Leeward Islands in those days, Leeward Islands. When you look at this, the people they had, I mean, so many they had. Sargent, Richards, Jim Allen, Vance Emery, and you can go on and on. Enoch Lewis, Victor Eddy, Luther Kelly, Livingston Sargent. So many guys on the Leeward Islands. I mean,
We found that cricket was alive in the Caribbean,
yes,
in
that's
all the
true.
islands.
You're correct.
Cricket was alive, and people look forward before the advent of television. You have your transistor. Make sure that you have your batteries set aside. People on the people looking forward for big cricket in those days. And you see, Sebastian, in those we were marketable. West Indies was the team to look forward to. Today, look, I have a channel here, a cricket channel governed by the Indians, Willow Television.
Yeah.
You're not bringing West Indies cricket.
Yeah, well, I know. Well, to them, West Indies cricket is not important. Yeah.
All right. No, it is just sad, Sebastian.
Hold on, we have a caller. Let's take the caller. Hold on a minute. Good evening.
Gentlemen, how you all doing?
Hi, what's up, lady?
Well, I just called to say hello. I'm listening.
Yeah, well, Blue, you all right? The weather, is it raining out there? Because we can't see from where we.
Kind of drizzling now and then. When you're looking up at Loda, I where you're climbing up in Loda, or started in Loda. So right now, Loda looking clear.
Okay, well, I hope you're not falling the coast because, every time rain, people in the Colliho, people struggling.
It's about maybe by a Laughlin side, maybe in that area there, over the white like snow.
Wow.
That white you can see in the mountain there.
Well, let's hope everything will be okay. Let's hope everything will be
okay. I'm listening. Have a good night, Auntie.
Okay, Blue. Have a good night. Take care. Yeah, we have another caller. Let's take the caller. Good evening.
Hello, Sibo. Good night to you.
How are you? How are you, lady? How are you?
Not bad. Sibo, I was watching the cricket. When I see the stand empty, I say, me go and watch my Wimbledon. I take off and I go and sit and watch my Wimbledon.
Yeah.
But Sibo, another thing, I was just talking about that footballer who died. I was also reading on
the Portuguese, yeah.
Yes, I don't know if that's true, but they were also saying that I don't know, he had something to do with his lungs or something like that. And they told him he shouldn't drive and whatever. So he was driving. And then he was going to take a ferry after, eating or whatever, just to cut it short. But I also see they said on the media also, I don't know if that is true, that is Ronaldo, that's his name.
Ronaldo, yeah. He's a Portuguese as well, yeah?
No, Ronaldo, the other footballer.
Which one? Ronaldo from... Which Ronaldo?
But there is not a Ronaldo, no, that's playing football.
There's one that plays, yeah. He plays in Saudi Arabia. He's from Portugal.
He had a dream. He had a dream, and the fellow was talking to him and telling him to take care of his children, and to take care of his wife. And then that is his spirit that's talking to him. That's what the footballer was saying. So he said he jumped up in the gym And then he called the wife. So when he called the wife was in tears, and then the wife told him, the fellow is no more. I don't know if that part is fake or if that part is fake. Good evening.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, that was so sad this morning when I saw that. I said, man.
So, Sibo, as I was
Yes,
saying,
baby. Huh?
as I was saying, Sebastian, with so much for the cricket. The Wimbledon, right? Let's look at Wimbledon. Looking at, first of all, you're looking at Coco Gauff, who, she lost in the first round, Sebastian. Let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something, first of all. We have to, you have to look at, it has to do with parenting. All right, you have to realize that she won the French Open 2 weeks after the French Open. You have Wimbledon, right? The fastest. You have to realize that, first of all, your preparation, media, and then preparation. You look at, if we go back, Osaka was a tragedy. Osaka, who started well, parenting again, she ended up getting married.
But she won Osaka won yesterday, I think.
I know, but in terms of majors, in terms of her ranking, has dropped a lot. She's not even in the top 20. But you look at, I'm saying that, Sebastian, you look at the Williams sisters, for example, where Mr. William, he was at the helm of his daughters. First of all, is where they grew up, in Compton, in LA, and what he had to go through with his daughters. You know, this guy had to practice on the lights, about his lights, and it was not easy for him. And he ensured that his daughters finished school. All right, and he sent Venus first. First he sent to test the waters, and after Serena came in, and he was there from day one. He was there with them. He never let them down, and they ensured that they focused on tennis. Yes, they had media attention, but they focused on tennis. And let me look what happened to Coco there. That could never happen to Serena at 21 years. Neither Venus. Never going out in the first round. You're joking, man.
Yeah, well, Ceres lost in the first round as well, eh? The number 3 player in the world, he lost as well. And the other American guy, what's his name? Tiafoe lost as well.
Zibo, yes, but listen, Tiafoe and guys have been older than her. They're ranking and so on. But is the men competition is of a higher level than the ladies. I'm telling you that. The men.
But of course,
higher.
You'd expect that.
All right.
Anyway, we're going to take our first break, and when we come back, we have an important lady in the house. So, but before that, I see there's a caller. Let's take the caller first before we take the first break. The caller is still on. No, so we'll take our first break now.
Joey, good to see you. We just heard what that alternate
on or off the field. Every goal, kicking, every penalty. From to football to netball to basketball. Del Matches is Dominica's #1 and only all-star sport, all gear, all uniform, all access sports center. Get all your team and individual all sportswear, accessories, and fitness comfort apparel. Del Matches got it all. From Nike to Lacoste to Puma, Adidas, Psycho Bunny, Levi's, football boots in all sizes, hoses, shin guards, goalkeeper gloves, sneakers for running, jogging, walking, climbing, hiking, or tracking, softball, cricket ball, sports trophies, and all sports gear and wear. Your sports dominance begins at Del Matches. Oubliez jouer, sway, sauter, marcher, et duvet, track pants, top shorts, sports bras, in all neutral or delicate fluorescent colored sports fabrics. Only at Del Matches. Proud sponsor the Sports Wrap, interactive sports reviews, results, analysis, predictions, and sports commentary. Del Matches, Arcade George 5th Street, lower down from Ace Shillingford Shopping Center.
All you where in Roseau, Kimahabis, you can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford. All chicken parts available that you can afford. Fresh breast. And you know breast is best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love Risapul, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks. It's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always ready.
The New India Insurance Company has reopened its doors in Portsmouth, offering the same great services you get in Roseau. Motor vehicle insurance, home and business owners, fire and related perils, public liability, and so much more. Come, visit us today for insurance with a personal touch on Bay Street, Portsmouth, or call us at 445-4023. We are ready to serve you. When you want me there, what you do? Shop at SDA. Better than the rest. Go shop at SDA. And the husband, what they say, shop at SDA. You get more for what they say, shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Yeah, shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. What they say, shop at SDA. SDA's family, customer friendly. With free locations, it's so convenient. And our price is that's where you belong. So tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at SDA. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at SDA. Auntie, nene, and cousin, friend, open power, all of them. My grandpa, open neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side. What? Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Check us out at Pottersville, High Street, and downtown Rose.
Maker, it's game time. On or off the field, every goal, corner kick, every penalty, from cricket to football to netball to basketball. Del Magis is Dominica's #1 and only all-star sports all gear, all uniform, all access sports center. Get all your team and individual all sportswear, accessories, and fitness comfort apparel. Del Magis got it all. From Nike to Lacoste to Puma, Adidas, Bunny, Levi's, football boots in all sizes, hoses, shin guards, goalkeeper gloves, sneakers for running, jogging, walking, climbing, hiking, or tracking, softball, cricket ball, sports trophies, and all sports gear and wear. Your sports dominance begins at Del Natchez. Oubliez jouer, sway, sauter, marcher, éventuer, track pants, top shorts, sports bras, in all neutral or delicate colors and colors, sports fabrics. Only at Del Natchez, proud sponsor the sports. Interactive sports review, results, analysis, predictions, and sports commentary. Del Natchez, Arcade George 5th Street, lower down from Institution for Shopping Center.
Yes, so we're back. And before we introduce our guests, just want to say that we just heard on the ad all sponsors of Sports Shop, the Nudges Sports Shop, right close to AC Shillingford, between AC Shillingford and Jolly Hardware, the Jolly Pharmacy, sorry. They've joined the Sports Shop family, and we have to give thanks to them. Job Postin, Vivian Rain, and all the workers, Angela Postin as well, and all the workers at Del Nudges. And we're proud to have them as sponsors. And everybody you're looking for your sneakers, your t-shirts, your jeans, whatever, go to Del Nudges. Right. So we have with us an important lady who works at the lady who probably runs the show at the Olympic Committee. We'll let her introduce herself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tanya Bernard. I'm the Capacity Support Officer at the Dominica Olympic Committee. Good evening to all the listeners, and thank you for having me this evening.
Right, Capacity Support Officer. What do you do as a Capacity Support Officer?
I support the associations, I support the athletes, I support the teams that are attending the multi-sport games, assisting with logistics. So I really support.
So when you say support, that everything comes to you. You're the person who run the office then, right? You run the office at the Olympic Committee?
I wouldn't use the word run, but I definitely support. I'll stick to the word support. I'm very integral in the operations that go on for our teams that we have attending, such as, we have the Junior Pan American Games coming up. So games like this, I'm assisting our 16 affiliated associations. That is my passion and that is my job.
So all associations, everything comes through you. People want assistance and that sort of thing, they have to come through you?
Well, it goes through the executive, but I assist with the logistical aspects, making sure the requests that are approved or their needs are met and the athletes are put as a priority.
So, in other words, you act less like a CEO of the Olympic Committee, or would you something like that, similar to that?
Not quite. I
No.
think that's maybe a little
Strong, you mean?
strong. Yes,
Strong. True.
Yeah, but how many other people works in the office, Ms. Bernard?
We have a total staff of 5 full-time staff. We have the administrative aspect, and we have the operations assistant, we have our administrative assistant, we have our administrative secretary, office attendant.
Wow, so you have 5 people. So the International Olympic Committee, you liaise with them on a regular basis. Tell listeners how.
No, definitely. So even in what we're here to talk about, this is one of the key flagship programs and events of the International Olympic Committee. It's not maybe on the same scale as the Olympic Games, but Olympic Day, which is what we're going to discuss this evening, is really dear to the heart of the IOC as it promotes Olympism, Olympic values, which is really at the heart of the International Olympic Committee.
So when is Olympic Day? Tell us.
Great. So unfortunately, well, let me just rewind a little. The worldwide celebration of Olympic Day was on June the 23rd. So last week we had a week long of activities, different quizzes, promoting Olympism, sharing Olympic facts, and basically just bringing awareness to the general public about Olympic values. That was supposed to culminate on Saturday with our Olympic Day celebrations, which is a chance for persons to get out and move and be physical and active. But you saw the weather on Saturday. So that put us on a little pause, and we have a chance again this Saturday from 2:30 at the Bathurst playing field for everyone to get a chance to come out, to move, to be with their family, from toddlers down to old persons. There's a bunch of different activities. Physical, some more physical than others. That person can get a chance to interact, learn more about the Olympic movement, learn more about doping, learn more about the different sports that fall under our jurisdiction, the 16 different sports.
Question.
Sure.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, How are you?
Good,
I'm good. Nice to see you.
I too. First of all, tell the public, my dear Anne, how does the DOC goes about assisting an athlete in terms of, let's say, look at the Olympic Games coming up. How do you go assisting the athletes?
Okay, maybe I want to just wrap up the information on Olympic Day, because I think that was a primary reason for this evening. So I really want to place additional focus on that. As we had to postpone the event, I'm really hoping this can be an opportunity for persons to learn your listenership. I'm pleased to come on, and I think this is the first time I've been on with your.
And I hope not the last time.
No, I hope not the last time either. I was warmly welcomed and, embraced. So, I'm hoping this is not the last time. So we have our Olympic Day. Like I said, it starts from 2:30 at the Bathurst playing field. We have our traditional 2K walk, run, cycle that will begin the activity after Mr. Doctor of the President completes his speeches. And then we have a variety of sports. We have boxing, we have volleyball, we have table tennis, we have chess, we have over 10 different sports that are going to come out and not only play their sport among their athletes, but also give the public a chance to come and play. So you don't have to be a chess expert, but the Chess Federation have said, hey, come and give it a try. If you're interested in signing up afterwards, you have executive members there right on hand that can take your information, and right there on the spot, you may become the future Olympic athlete for, say, volleyball or a different sport.
Ms. Bernard, I want to ask you a question. You say you're going to be back at the playing field, right?
Correct, yes.
No, I haven't passed there for a while.
I wish you had passed there today, because I think I see where you're going.
The playing field has been like a forest for the longest while. So if from what I'm hearing you saying, you all seem to have done a job. But probably now, the Olympic Committee is situated the office next to the playing field. Maybe you all should take it and have it in the state you're probably going to tell us it is in, all the time?
Well, I can. I'm pleased to announce, with the relevant authorities to different government departments, we have been able to ensure that the field is in a condition that is, one, pleasing to the eye, two, safe for all patrons that are going to come out on Saturday. So we're happy that we're in the community and we understand, we have a role to play in helping. So by doing this activity, and the respect, etc., that is garnered to the Dominican Olympic Committee, we're very grateful to the authorities that came out and then helped ensure that the field is in a state that is safe for all patrons on Saturday. So please pass by. Please pass by tomorrow morning, and you'll be pleasant.
Well, I want to go and look at it tomorrow. But I think there's a caller. Hold on, maybe for you. Good evening.
Sure.
I was right wondering what is going to happen. There can't be a pet like footwear game they're going to have there. What kind of pet they were going to have there? They really give you a facelift, Sibo.
Well, I'm happy you said that, Bibo, because you live next there. Okay.
All the grass cut on the side of the drain. I just want them to clean the drain because sometimes the drain smelling on that side. So try to wash it out. Maybe the rain tonight might wash it out, so it might not be funky. Have a blessed night.
Well, Miss Bernard, she lives right next to the field, so she's saying that, giving you kudos, that you all did a wonderful job. So I hope it stays like that all the time.
Yes.
Lobby, okay, you go ahead, and then run. Go ahead.
Yes, the first thing, the activities you all are having, is everything in the open?
So we're going to be having 10 facilities. So some of the sports that are more conducive to be played on the tent, we have chess, we have table tennis, just for even general shade or shelter from any sprinkles that may happen. I'm not even going to call it rain because all the rain is going to happen tonight and tomorrow. On Saturday, we're going to have a lovely weather so everyone can have a great time. But yes, there'll be tented facilities in addition to the open. We have volleyball, etc., which can be played under the tent. So we have some of the facilities that are open. We're having large bouncing castles for the children. We're having the face painting under the tent. So it's a mix of both.
Okay, another question is, as I said earlier on, if you can inform the public in terms of assistance given to athletes, in terms of you have for the Olympic Games, Commonwealth Games, for example, in terms if an athlete wants financial support, how do you go about it?
Okay, I'll touch very briefly on it because I still want to revert back.
No, we'll come to him, but you can answer him.
So there's various methods. Like I said, we have 16 affiliated associations, and the Dominican Olympic Committee under their jurisdiction has various multi-sport games. So for the multi-sport games, we have a more hands-on approach. Otherwise, it goes through the association. So you have an athletics, you have a sprinter who's interested or showing potential. It goes through the Athletics Association. They would have recognized that already. They would have taken part in local competitions, and then it comes to the DOC where relevant support is required. And then we have various programs like the scholarship program that IOC provides leading up to games that is provided for a select number of athletes. So there's various methods according to the games that they're trying to participate in or the games that they're aiming for.
Is there go ahead, Lobby, go ahead.
Yeah, no, just to what you just said there. I'm looking at something specific for athletes, track and field athletes in particular. All right. For example, if you had you're looking at the last Olympic Games. Okay, if you had 3 or 4, 5 athletes, track athletes or track and athletes, would there be an allowance every 3 months given to the athletes or every 4 months?
I think you may be referring to the scholarship. There's a program that allows for a scholarship. The terms of it are really between the association, the athletes, and the DOC, and it can vary. It is not a set. There's various programs. So if you're referring to the scholarship,
when you say scholarship, you have to
that is a terminology used by IOC. That is
okay, but what yes, is it a scholarship? Yes, it is.
It's not an academic
assistance.
It is a scholarship that is a terminology used by IOC. It's not an academic scholarship that person.
I know. It is a financial assistance in a nutshell.
Yes, sir. Okay. As can be found on the IOC website, provides information on the various programs that they offer.
No, but Dominica's situation in terms of, is this assistance given every 3 months or every 4 months or how?
Like I don't think we need to go quite into detail with that right now. I think we can I think I touched on it generally. There's two pathways, like I said, one for multi-sport games and one for other games that goes through the association. So I think that can cover for now, and we can maybe have a more in-depth conversation as to.
No, but it's very important, my dear. It's very important
I
for you.
understand, but we're here today to talk
Because
about
you know why I
Olympics,
asked
and
that?
I
You know
really
why
want
I
to
asked that?
keep it like
You
that.
know why I asked that question? I asked this question because you all are aware you have athletes in Jamaica who have moved allegiance from Turkey because of money. All right, in terms of money, $500,000 have been awarded to the athletes. So that's why I'm asking this question.
I think just to clarify, when you say we have athletes, I'm aware of Jamaican athletes that have,
Yes,
yes.
I know. I don't know about Jamaica. They're
Right, no, just to
in
clarify,
the
yes.
situation right now
Jamaican
where
athletes,
the
not Dominican
field,
athletes.
where the field athletes, what has happened is unfortunate. I was shocked when I heard that these field athletes, the last Olympic Games, the medals came from the field athletes, and they've been complaining that they have been neglected
Yep, that's definitely.
financially. So that's
I
why I'm
know
asking
that's
this some
something.
question.
I
What
understand.
assistance? Yes.
I understand.
Yeah, it's very good that you are going to have that annual Olympic Day to highlight the DOC, and it's the 131st anniversary.
131st, yes. So
Yeah.
that is something that all the Olympic committees are encouraged. The 206 Olympic committees around the world are encouraged to partake in. And we have the Olympic Day that is set by the IOC, and then you have latitude to choose the type of activities. This year, we try to do the little things different. For example, in the Chronicle, in the activities section, we had that focus on Olympics to try and target different groups of persons and, give them new information on Olympism in a way that they may find easier to digest than, say, a big thick book. There's different ways now. We're looking at the internet. We have our online quizzes. So we're trying and reach different groups of persons and spreading the Olympic values and facts about Olympism, even our Olympic history. So we put some information regarding that also, because a lot of persons have the view that, wow, we have Olympism, we have Olympians here, but persons don't know that. So we're trying to spread awareness about that also.
Yeah, that's very good in terms of that education dimension. I learned that you're all going to have a walk. Is that still on?
Yes. So we have a 2 kilometer walk run cycle. And the reason why it's not so far is because the concept of inclusion is what we're really focusing on. Not who wins first or who's the fastest, but just trying to make it something that's accessible to persons, even in wheelchairs. We've had mothers with their children in young prams attend that. We've had persons who maybe haven't had a chance to exercise in a few months, but they took the chance to come out. And one of the pillars that IOC are really focusing on this year is the concept of Let's Move. This is a campaign that they're doing in conjunction with the World Health Organization. And it's really focused on just every day being able to get up and do some type of activity. So we're making it easy for you on Saturday. Whether you have slippers or sneakers, or you come up as you are with what you have, but I know you'll leave that Saturday, one, definitely having moved, and two, doing something new and different, and maybe getting a chance to take part in sports that you never thought you would before. We have fencing. That's a popular one that persons can try. And, it's not something that you get to do every day, but we've had persons leave Olympic Day and say, hey, I'm really interested in doing more at this sport. Let me reach out to the association to get more information.
Yeah, that's very good. Additionally, we'll be getting some exceptional reports from different associations when we interview them about the DOC. So it's good that the DOC is now publicizing what it's doing and how it's doing, and let people be more conscious of the DOC. One area that I'm concerned about and I'd like information on is the executive committee. Who constitutes the executive of the DOC?
So we have an executive. When you say who
are the persons? I know Mr. Doctrove is the president.
Yeah.
Distinguished guy, Billy Doctrove.
We have a vice president, we have treasurer. I can make that information.
Okay,
that information is readily available. Anyone that would like more details. But all the associations who really need to be in contact with the executive, they have access to the executive, and there's a very open line of communication in that respect.
Okay. In support of that, the management team. I know you're involved in the management team. Anybody else that you can make mention of? Because we're getting good reports on you, so we want to know and we want to.
So, like I
give you
mentioned
publicity.
earlier, there's the staff, the in-house staff of 5 of us. So we handle the day-to-day operations for the various games. And for example, Olympic Day, I just want to single out our staff for really going above and beyond, making sure the preparations for Olympic Day, even with the postponement, are in place. And we're really looking forward to persons coming out and having a great time on Saturday and seeing all the hard effort that was put in by the staff.
How long have you been there? You personally?
I've been employed with DOC 8 years.
8 years. So you've been and that you've always been the capacity officer.
Capacity support officer. Yes.
Question.
Go ahead, Lobby.
Yes, early on, something I haven't heard about. It was very vibrant before, in terms of doping, testing. What is really happening right now in Dominica?
So persons that attended the Olympic Day last year, they would be familiar. We had that was the second or first time we had a dedicated booth to the Dominica NADO. We have our chair, Miss Kalita Benjamin, who oversee that booth and was on hand to provide the public and athletes who may not be as familiar with doping as they should be, with information regarding that. And she'll be there again this year. She did a great job last year. Athletes left there definitely more educated about doping. And I know Miss Benjamin is doing a lot of work, to increase the educational aspect, the capacity of the Dominican NADO, because it really requires a lot of intensive work. So she's doing a great job in ensuring that we are on track and we are up to date with all the requirements, etc., for doping.
It was a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you here with us tonight to inform the sporting publics of the DOC. But I highly recommend that sometime tomorrow that you set out a press release to all the radio stations.
Well, actually, we have sent a press release. We sent one last week, and we also sent one on Monday, just to sensitize again regarding the new date, etc.
Because I've not heard it.
Your office should have received, but I'll definitely make a special effort just to dedicated email for you to make sure. But yes, we've been working with our media, and I just want to thank both your station and others that have taken the time to help promote the Olympics and promote the Olympic activities that we do. I'd also want to just take the time to thank our sponsors, because without them, our week-long of activities last week and our activity on Saturday wouldn't be possible, starting with Olympic Solidarity, the granting, arm of the IOC. We also have Big Edge Financial Express, who have come on board again. They've been a consistent sponsor for us for Olympic Day, and helping make sure that the items that we provide for patrons on the day, we have free T-shirts, we have free refreshments. We're also going to be doing free health checks on Saturday. So free comes with a cost. It's free to patrons, but it's a cost to us. And thanks to companies such as Big End Financial Express, we've been able to do so. We have Josephine and Gabriel, who year after year are committed to ensuring that persons have refreshments, they have the water, they have quenchy, we have different items I know that they can enjoy free. We also want to thank the Bafa State Improvement Committee, for granting us access to the field, and we're glad that we could be of assistance to put it into a state, that, persons can continue to use it afterwards safely. Forestry Division, they're one of the government divisions that came on board, and in addition to NEP, to ensure that the area is nice and safe. So just want to say a big thank you to them. We have end-to-end distributors who, through their continued support, was also on board for the past couple of years, making sure that the items we provide, are accessible. And the great thing about Olympic Day is that there's no cost to access. Sometimes that is a barrier for us. It may be that we don't have the funds, or even if we have the funds, being able to enjoy ourselves refreshment-wise or otherwise, in terms of clothing, we don't have it. So the concept of Olympic Day is really to make sure it's inclusive of everyone, regardless of background, regardless of age, regardless of health, so that including the health checks this year was really important to us, because we understand that is a critical factor in being able to move, being able to be active, is knowing your health status too. So we're really grateful for the registered nurse that's going to come on board this year and provide that free of charge to all patrons. Just thank also Luxurious Loos for providing they're going to be providing the portable bathrooms, the washrooms facilities. So making sure that patrons are really comfortable and it's as easy as possible. It's just walking to Bath Estate on Saturday and just coming and having a great time for the afternoon.
To follow up on what Nobla said about the doping, how often do people get tested in Dominica? After the people who are under the aegis of the Olympic Association Committee?
So that is a question I would really, because it's a very niche topic, and I wouldn't want to, I'll be very honest, I wouldn't want to misspeak. I think I would really like to leave that to Miss Benjamin. I'm glad that you guys have opened the door for us to, be on board. And so I'm hoping that we can have follow-up conversation on different areas. I understand, the Olympic movement is very broad. And Olympic Day is just a very small aspect of it. And I understand there's other factors that, may want to be discussed. I'd rather really leave that to the chair too. But you can also come on Saturday too. Come on Saturday. She's always open for a conversation.
But we'll try to come out on Saturday to represent.
Yeah, Lobby, what you were saying? Go ahead.
Sebastian, this is just want to inform her that I believe that Miss Benjamin, you said, is the one in charge now?
She's the chair. She's
chair.
The chair.
Okay, I think it's important that we have her on serious, Sebastian, on Sports Rap. Because why I say so, Sebastian, in the past, for example, like you had footballers who have been tested, cricketers who have been, you had a very vibrant body, people who are out testing. So I think there's a role now. That's why I asked a question. So it'd be good if you can get Miss Benjamin on Sports Rap. It is to rekindle it, let us know exactly what is happening. If people have been tested in Dominica.
I would just like to add, Miss Benjamin is very active. She's been recently, she just attended the Caribbean Rado AGM and we're in good standing, so that is also a positive because that once upon a time wasn't so, and she's well regarded by her colleagues. And I know it would be great for she to, like you said, come on board, and I'll definitely pass on the information and hopefully I can share her information with you so that can be continued.
We as Sports Rap would make a concerted effort to come to support you on Saturday, and let me encourage Dominicans to come out to the Bath Estate playing field and to learn more about the Dominican Olympic Committee, because it's a very important committee in Dominica that would support us in our development of sports.
For example,
you said, go ahead.
Yes, I heard you all are boxing. Is there a ring?
No, there's not a ring, but there's definitely going to be the equipment so persons can get a real experience with the headgear, with the handpieces. Okay. We have also, I just wanted to add Special Olympics, a very important association,
okay.
Who, even if you're able-bodied, Special Olympics is a separate division from the Olympic Committee. But even for the able-bodied, all the athletes that fall under the auspices of the Special Olympics, both persons can come out on Saturday and try. They're going to be having bocce demonstrations, and it's a very, very, very fun sport. I got to try it.
Which one?
Bocce.
Okay.
Bocce. Very, very interesting.
So how many sports you will have on Saturday? How many in total?
We're looking for, we'll approximately around 12 different sports. We have 12 different sports. Some sports are harder to accommodate.
Like football, you will not be able to because of the space there.
Well, we're looking to have small goals. It's more so like when I say swimming, but the swimming athletes will be present. They're helping us in other ways. Just a big thanks again to the volunteers that are going to be on there on Saturday because they play a critical role. But yeah, we had last year, we had football, we had a little bit of rain, and we had some athletes that really enjoyed it. I know you played in your times football under the rain, and they definitely enjoyed it too.
Yes. Well, go ahead, Lobby.
One of the things is that this young lady here is a former national player, football player, yeah?
Yes.
What position did you play, Miss Bernard? Are you shy? You don't want to tell people?
No.
Tell me, what position did you play?
A long time ago, but defense. I actually represented Dominica.
Left side, right side?
Center. Last man.
Last man. Wow. Well, you must be a powerful lady to be playing last. Not last man, last woman.
Last woman.
Last woman.
The politically correct term.
Okay, right. That's good. I didn't know that. That's nice. I honestly didn't know that one that you played.
Oh, yes.
You played for locally.
New Generation, and that used to fall under Mbala.
Jojo Bala. Okay, well, you know, Bala's always a guy committed to that.
Good that you
Keep
made
on
mention
telling,
of him because he's got some challenges now, and I wish him well. All the best to you, Bala.
Right. So, Ms. Bernard, we're happy you could join us.
Thank you
We
for
hope
having
that
me.
it's not the last time. We will have you again at some point. Maybe the next time you bring Miss Benjamin with you. So I want to say on behalf of the guys, thank you very much. Hope you have good weather Saturday and hope that everything will work out for you guys.
Thank you.
All
And
the
thank you
best.
to our listeners also. And we look forward to having you on Saturday.
Right. No problem. Thank you. We'll take an ad break now. Thank you, lady.
It's game time. On or off the field, every goal, corner kick, every penalty. From cricket to football to netball to basketball, Del Magis is Dominica's #1 and only all-star sports all gear, all uniform, all access sports center. Get all your team and individual all sportswear, accessories, and fitness comfort apparel. Del Magis got it all. From Nike to Lacoste to Puma, Adidas, Psycho Bunny, Levi's, football boots in all sizes, hoses, shin guards, goalkeeper gloves, sneakers for running, jogging, walking, climbing, hiking, or tracking, softball, cricket ball, sports trophies, and all sports gear and wear. Your sports dominance begins at Del Natchez. Oubliez jouer, sway, sauter, marcher, et bedouiller. Track pants, tops, shorts, sports bras. In all neutral or delicate fluorescent colored sports fabrics. Only at Del Natchez. Proud sponsor the Sports Wrap. Interactive sports review, results, analysis, predictions, and sports commentary. Del Natchez, Arcade George 5th Street, lower down from A Station for Shopping Center.
Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property. You homeowner and businessman, protect your property, enjoy your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till your flood again, can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business running out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season and insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today. When you want the best, what you do? Shop at SCS. Better than the rest. Go shop at SCS. And they all gone well. Shop at SCS. You get more for life. Shop at SCS. Shop at SCS. Yeah. Shop at SCS. Shop at SCS. Shop at SCS. Yes, family, customer friendly, with free locations, it's so convenient, and our price is there. Madam, that's where you belong. Oh, tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at SCS. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at SCS. Auntie, nan, and cousin, friend, hope and power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, hope and neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side. Shop at SCS. Shop at SCS. Shop at SCS. Shop at SCS. Check us out at Pottersville, High Street, and downtown Rose. Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@pottersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Potter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Dominica, it's game time. On or off the field, every goal, corner kick, every penalty. From cricket to football to netball to basketball, Del Magis is Dominica's #1 and only all-star sports all gear, all uniform, all access sports center. Get all your team and individual all sportswear, accessories, and fitness comfort apparel. Del Magis got it all. From Nike to Lacoste to Puma, Adidas, Psycho Bunny, Levi's, football boots in all sizes, hoses, shin guards, goalkeeper gloves, sneakers for running, jogging, walking, climbing, hiking, or tracking, softball, cricket ball, sports trophies, and all sports gear and wear. Your sports dominance begins at Del Magis. Oubliez jouer, sway, sauter, marcher, et duvet, track pants, top, shorts, sports bras, in all neutral or delicate fluorescent colored sports fabrics. Only at Del Magis, proud sponsor the Sports Wrap, interactive sports review, results, analysis, predictions, and sports commentary. Del Magis, Arcade George 5th Street, lower down from A Station for Shopping Center.
Yeah, we are back, and as we say, Del Magis on board. You're looking for the best in your sportswear. You go to Del Magis, your sneakers, your jeans, whatever, close to AC Shillingford. And we cannot forget AC Shillingford as well. They've done a fantastic job over there, and they continue to support Sports Wrap and Del Magis as well. Now, we have on the line with us the president of the Basketball Association, Mr. Donny Robinson. Good night, sir.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. Thanks for having me as usual.
Yeah, I see you scoring points, man. 19 last night, the other night, so more points again, eh?
Well, you know this. I mean, the old guys still have a little bit left in the tank. So
the old guy, they say the older the grape, the sweeter the wine. That's what they say? That's how they say it? I don't know. Right, Donny, tell us how things going on. The season is what, 2 weeks old now?
Yes, this is the second week of the season. I mean, going well so far. We had one interruption last week for bad weather on Saturday. We called off the game because of rain and teams were coming from far. But, I mean, the calls have been decent. It can be better, but the games are very competitive. And you can see with time it's actually getting better. So the league is going on in full swing. We are doing, I think we are doing okay in terms of being on schedule, trying to keep it for over 2.5 months or 3 months. And the participation is good. So all teams are fully registered and paid, and that's a good sign.
Donny, how many teams are playing in the league currently now? How many teams you have?
We have 7 Premier teams and 8 Division 1 teams. So that's 16 teams in total. That's about 4 teams or so less than last season. A couple of teams have dropped out, but the good thing is we're expecting 4 to 5 female teams as well for the female league. Obviously, it's never a good sign when you have teams dropping out, but what has happened, a couple of teams have actually merged. So we have 2 teams from the south coming together and actually making a formidable team. But we're still trying to get the numbers to continue to grow. So, yeah, we have 15 teams participating in the league this year.
I heard you say you have ladies team. Are you going to have the ladies commission now or after? How are you going to do it?
The ladies league is going to start when we get halfway through the male season. So we can climax both leagues at the same time. That's the plan. Instead of having the female league finish too early, we're trying to get, build a little more momentum and try to get more people excited about it. So they will start playing in the second half of the season.
Okay. So both the main league and the first division are going on together?
Yes, the Premier League, we have one Premier League game every night and one Division 1 league game at 7. So we have 2 games a night from Wednesday to Saturday, and last weekend, unfortunately, we were planning to have our first decentralized game, which was supposed to be played in Pebush, but a combination of the weather and the volleyball semi-finals, we had to postpone that. But on a regular, we will have 2 games a night, Wednesday to Saturday in Massac, and on Sundays we have in the out district 1 game.
Well, let me ask you, I hear you talk about Pebush. Obviously, there's a cost to that. Do you all assist the teams that go all the way when they go to play?
Well, yeah, we try. We try to accommodate as best as we can. It's not only a stepping stone, and we try to have the teams that are closer to venues to play, so we limited the cost. Obviously, we still have the cost of getting officials, getting officials, referees, the clocks, and everything up there. But in terms of the teams, we try to do it in as close proximity as possible. So the sovereign games, we will try to accommodate the sovereign teams, and etc. So to limit the cost, because in any case, they would have to come to town anyway, and so it actually works out better for most of the teams that play the district when they can.
Yeah, it's very good to learn that you are decentralizing the basketball and you're talking about Peebush. Are there any other venues that we are targeting to play basketball?
Yeah, we're looking to do something similar in the south, so between Pishley and Gambia. We try to have games there. We are hoping to do something similar in Point Michelle. Point Michelle has a decent court. And we are looking to do even in Portsmouth and St. Joseph. It just depends on the courts being ready. But in most cases, those games are going to be on a Sunday, a late afternoon, the evening. Hopefully, we can get those facilities ready for that. But we have targeted at least 3 or 4 venues to have this. And obviously, we will have a couple of games in the Windsor Park as well.
Okay, what is the cost for attending those games, the price for attending those games?
Well, the out-district games will be it's difficult because they are open venues. So what we would mainly count on is the crowd making a small donation if they can. So there's no fixed charge because it's almost virtually impossible to do that. But the games are in Massacre are $5 entry fee during the weekdays.
That's very good. Let me encourage Dominicans. That's a very healthy sport, a very good sport. Let's go out there and support basketball. Like we're going to support the World Olympics Day on Saturday. Let's go out there and support basketball. So far, Donnie, are there any outstanding young players that you have been able to identify?
Oh yeah, we have a few guys that are standing out already. They usually have the Mishak Demole, the guy playing for Fischler. We have Zach Sebastian playing for Fischler. We have a couple guys from Peebush that usually stand out. There's a crop typical about 10, 15 guys, pretty much the same crop of guys that the national team will pick from. And these guys, the Maxwell Birmingham, Chilo Birmingham, those guys are really starting off the league with a bang. They're doing well, and I expect that to continue. I still expect Fischler to have a couple younger guys because they've groomed a few that came from the Gambia team. So I expect to see that. You have the guys from Benz that are doing very well. The two young brothers there. So it's good to see, and obviously we hope that we have a continued crop coming through the pipeline. But I think it's important that the ones that have been identified that they be groomed and continue to develop. So we're watching them closely.
Do you by any chance have a coaches training program so that you can get persons to develop their skill at the team level?
Hello.
We're still working on trying to revive our Window Island tournament. There are a couple of invitational tournaments in St. Vincent and St. Martin. But at the same time, we know the economic struggles that we're in. So we're trying to really get the league going, get as much exposure for the young guys so we can pick a representative team. Either way, at the end of the league, that's what's going to come out of it. What we're going to do is pick a team from that and try to build and prepare for whatever tournaments that come up. But there are a few that are carded for August, September-ish that we're looking at, mainly in St. Martin and St. Vincent.
Tell us about the main sponsor of the league and other sponsors of other teams. We want to give them some publicity.
Well, so far we have our main sponsor of the league is the Lotteries Commission. They've promised and committed some funds to that. We're still looking at a few partners, but there are some teams, most of the teams have good sponsors. We have ACS that's sponsoring the 767 Sports Club. We have Dr. Daru that is doing a fantastic job up there with his Fisher Sports Club. These clubs have 2 teams, so the level of sponsorship is spread across the both divisions, which is relatively impressive. Same thing for companies like Beachred that are doing the same for the 2 sports clubs, male and female, plus the junior teams. So they have a few Turkish Pizza doing their part with 77 as well, and Lindo Mat is sponsoring. So we have a few sponsors out there, but the major league sponsors is still being negotiated. But we have a few partners that will come on board and some that have committed so far. And as the time goes, I will really circulate so we can give them the props as much as possible.
Yes, very good, very good.
Bobby, you want to ask a question? Go ahead.
Yes, Donny. In terms of this, the Windward Island game, you see, you're trying to revive that because I realize you have some problem in some of the islands. I think I'm hoping that when it does start, there will be continuity. There will be continuity. I don't want you all to start and there's going to be a stop. I'm hoping that take your time. Make sure the other St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, they are well organized and they're ready to have this tournament and can be rotated without any problem.
So a very good point that you made, because last year or 2 years ago, Dominican St. Lucia really committed to having a tournament, but the same issue existed where the other countries were not ready for when their rotational time would come to be able to do a full cycle. And there therefore we kind of to the point now where St. Vincent is just about to kick off their league. And that's one of the invitationals that we have is to go out for the opening of the relaunching of the basketball. So we're trying to get all those countries back up and running first and get at least a 4-year commitment. Set the calendar where we're going to be from year 1 to year 4, get the countries to commit before we actually launch it, and at least commit to a full cycle of the tournament. So that's what we're working on.
But Donny, what I would suggest, with the age of internet and everything, Zoom, you all could have meetings. Why don't you all try and organize meetings between the 4 presidents and see how you all can get things working?
This is ongoing, man. This is ongoing for about 2 years. We don't, maybe we do a terrible job at publicizing that, but we are in constant contact at least every 2-3 months that we are discussing these ideas. And that's one of the things that came up in one of the last discussions, and I get to the full rotation commitment from all the countries. So we are on the same page. It's just that some of the countries are really struggling to get their leagues done.
Okay. Well, before you go, Donny, can you tell us about the matches for this weekend?
Yeah, so tonight there are a couple matches. There are a couple games on tonight. So tonight, last night there was a couple games, so that's gone. Tonight we have the Kingsfield Tigers playing the Dr. Daru Falcons in the Division 2. That's the first game at 7. The second game will be between Prowlers from Trafalgar, the Hilltop Services Prowlers, against the BAA Sharks, which is the team from Ben, the young and upcoming team. And Prowlers is one of the new teams this year. They just took a year off last year and doing pretty well so far. Tomorrow night, we have the Blazers 2 team playing against the Convenience Plus Maho Gators. That's a team from Maho, which is doing pretty well as well. And then the Pebush Super Eagles, which was the runner-up last year, will play against Dr. Daru Falcons in Division 1. That's the games for Friday night. And Saturday night, we have 4 more games. We have the Turkish Pizza Young Ballers, 77 Young Ballers playing against the Kingsfield Tigers, and the BBA Sharks coming up against the Beachred Blazers at 9 p.m. So these are the games for the weekend. So far, hopefully, we'll continue to get a decent crowd and fans can be treated to some good basketball.
As you go along, Donny, we trust that we will be able to engage you and publicize another healthy sport, basketball, so that people can come out to support. I noticed that your team, your international team, the Lakers, certain things are happening. LeBron James is opting into his $52.6 million player deal, a 1-year deal. DeAndre Ayton is now on your team. Dorian Smith has left your team. How do you feel about what's happening to the Lakers?
Well, I mean, I think Lakers made a good move by getting Eaton. Eaton's one of the better big men. He's a double guy for the past 4 or 5 years. Have a little, they've had some issues with him in Portland, but he was a dominant player when he was in Phoenix, so he has that there. I think we're still short of maybe one good set outside shooter, but I guess there may be some moves still to be made. But I'm optimistic that if the Lakers stay healthy, there'll always be a team that nobody wants to play in the playoff series. So I'm happy with what they've done so far.
Yes, well, I saw them bring this new wing guy. I don't know how good he is. I mean, I think he played for the Suns before.
He played for.
Yeah.
Yes, he played for Phoenix before. He had 2 good seasons with Phoenix and was traded to the Blazers after that. In Portland, that didn't really work out well with what his name moving out. But he's a very talented big man, good size. You cannot buy his size, so it's something that the Lakers need. I hope he can bend in. I think with people like LeBron and those guys, they'll keep him in check. But I still feel Lakers is short of a real bona fide shooter. But hopefully we can pick somebody else.
Danny, I was reading something today where, people always speculate, they're talking about LeBron going to New York and in exchange for Hart and what's the other one to go back to exchange to Mikal Bridges. So you see all kind of scenarios in the NBA those days and all sorts.
But we have Rich Paul. Rich Paul is quoted as saying that LeBron may be leaving the Lakers by next season to go to the Knicks.
Well, I would not be surprised if Lakers cannot afford to keep LeBron next season. I mean, at $53 million and trying to make sure you keep your superstar, your 25-year-old superstar, is not going to be easy. But at the end of the day, I don't think this year LeBron is going anywhere, and I don't think this year anybody can take Lakers for granted. They're looking like they can make some noise. I honestly don't see in the West Lakers not making the playoffs like they did 2-3 years ago. So it's still a 3 or 4 position for Lakers. It's a matter of getting to the hump.
Yes. Well, anyway, Donnie, thank you very much. We'll probably speak to you again next week, and I hope all the games go very well this weekend. Thank you so much.
Anytime, gentlemen.
All right, cool.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Donnie. Thank you very much.
We have a caller. Let's take the caller. Good evening.
Hello, Sibo.
Yes, darling.
To ask Mr. Robinson a question, but probably he'll answer some other time.
Yeah.
Or he left. I wanted to ask him if they have any intention of decentralizing the basketball. For example,
When he said that, he said they were trying to play in Pay-Bush, but because of the weather, he did say that, I don't know if you heard that part.
Also in Grand Bay, in Point Michel.
For example, they play Pay-Bush this week, another week they'll play Grand Bay.
Yes, he's made mention of that, yeah.
Well, he's spoken about that.
Michel,
Okay, well, probably I didn't hear.
Sibo.
Yeah, go ahead, Lobby.
Yeah, just want to inform that basketball, that my game has been always decentralized in Dominica. Years it has been, but what has happened over the years with basketball?
No, hold on. I don't agree with you there. In the glory days, basketball was go to the Windsor Park. Listen, Sebastian.
Pay-Bush, Grand Bay. If you go back in the days of you had very few teams. All right,
in the days of Cardinals and Flames and those things, all the basketball was in Roseau.
Let's listen to me. Listen to me a while. We had few teams, but what has happened right now in terms of having more games? You find that in terms of assists, you need people don't do voluntary work as before. You have to understand that it's not easy now. All right, look at Grand Bay.
You said that it has always been. So I will try to correct you. It has not always been.
No, look at Grand Bay, for example. Grand Bay was a household name in basketball, Grand Bay in those days. If you could remember that. A very formidable area in basketball.
Well, they don't back up pros.
No, not Peru. What happened to that? Guys have migrated, and that left a lull, All right?
Well, anyway, Robbie, stick up in. We have Abby Lawrence on the line. We're going to talk a little football. Abby, good evening.
Good evening, Sibo. Good evening, Lobby, and good evening to the other panelists. Tonight's fight.
Ronald London. We haven't spoken to you for a while. We haven't spoken to you for a while.
It's been a while. It's been a while, but nonetheless, football is alive and active and keep on moving on in great strides as we speak.
Well, I mean, last weekend when the second round has started, right?
Yes, the second round started, and we had to postpone last weekend because of the inclement weather. But the games that were played, we had Roosevelt Scarlet Bombers cracking Middleham 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Southeast throwing DSFCU, who run things in the field. This game ended at 5-1, Southeast winning 5-1. We have Central Cooperative Credit Union, Dublin FC, really proving to the football world that they are the dominant force right now, and they've scored 8 goals against Point Michel. That's on Sunday. And Harlem, that was the game of yesterday, rescheduled game. Harlem won over United, 1-0. So that's the Premier standing. The tables are not complete because we have the game with East Central pending, and as soon as this game is played, the tables will be updated. But nonetheless, Dublin is still the leader, followed by Maho. So we have some serious action going on in the Football League.
I thought I heard Southeast winning by a big margin too. Didn't they win by a big margin as well?
Well, the lowest margin we had was the game played last night. It was 1 Harlem. That was the week of 11. But Dublin won 8 goals, Southeast 5, and RS Bombers versus Middleham 5. So we had a goal galore prior to the increment whoever.
Wow. Is there a game tonight? Sorry, is there a game tonight?
There is a first division game as we speak going on.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's happening this weekend then? This weekend?
I'm making my way to the games. Well, yes, this weekend football continues. I'm on a bus, so kind of my notes all over the place. But this weekend football will continue. No, football continues this weekend. We'll have that of the women's games. We have first division games going on.
Mm-hmm.
And next week preferably, if the good luck tarries, I believe I would come in and sit. We talk about the under 15 a tournament that will be coming in shortly. But nonetheless, football is still alive. Football is still moving on. We pray God that the fire, the smoke, and the stench dissipates, that our patrons can really enjoy good football, because that's one of the things I always say to persons we take to heart is the well-being of our players and that of the patrons, the many patrons that will want to view the game, but we will just want them to know that football is played in stock form, and we will continue to ensure things work out to the best for our athletes.
Nice, Ebby, nice.
Ebby, what is the status of the foreign technical advisor? Is he still with us? Has he completed this project?
He is still with us, and his tenure is 2 years. So if you so desire to have a word with him, that could be arranged, because remember, one of the times we met, we said after 3 months he would come and give you all a report. So if you so desire, that can be arranged.
Okay, well, I'm telling you now, asking you now, can you bring him with you next week? And we can...
I cannot promise you. I will ask based on his schedule.
Okay, see if you can get him to come in and speak to us next week. And how long have you been here?
Nice.
How long have you been here?
December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, about 8 months.
Right, so we spoke to him about 6 months ago. So it would be nice to know now what's happening. What has he done since?
It is incumbent of us to ensure that he reports to you and the many persons listening what is going on.
Right, so that invitation is extended. So try and speak to him. So both you and him can come in studio next week.
I will ensure that can be arranged, and as long as he's up for it, he's not up for it as per se. His schedule does not prevent him from coming. We will find ourselves in the station and really try to bring across to you what has been happening in his department and any other thing necessary to clarify and also to make known to the public.
Yes. Okay, Abby, thank you very much. I mean, I know you on a bus, as you say, so I hope you enjoy yourself tonight. Have a good time. We'll talk to you next week.
Football, Sebastian.
What's that, Lobby?
Why are you only on football? If you end on football, I don't know. You must realize that you have.
You speaking to Abby or you don't? No.
Eddie left already. He left already.
Abby, are you still there?
I'm still there.
He's still there, Lobby.
No. I was going to talk on CONCACAF and FIFA World Cup football.
Okay, Abby, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. What you say, Lobby?
Yes, very, very high level football have been playing. Very high level football. We saw that, Sebastian. First of all, you look at Jamaica. Jamaica, you know what they have done, Sebastian? They got the assistant coach of Manu, coach from Europe, to come and assist. They have utilized, they have helped a lot of local coaches. And I saw them playing in the CONCACAF. They should have gotten to the round of 16, but unfortunately, they have improved a lot.
No, but listen, in all fairness, in the Gold Cup they haven't played well. Let's be fair, they
I
haven't
find
played well.
Sebastian, well, I don't know what you call. I find to myself the way they were playing before, they're playing a more structured football now. Or a
Well,
more
you can say
structured
that, but
football.
they didn't play well in the Gold Cup.
In the past, there was so much individualism. I think first of all they are knocking the ball more. Now let us look at the World Club football, very high level. That like World Cup football. The level has been exceptionally high.
Well, I saw a weak team upset Manchester City.
No, Sebastian, the team isn't weak at all. If you look at the quality of that
weak,
team,
but nobody expects them to beat Manchester City.
That is people. But the team itself have high. There are two players
What
playing
there.
It's people. There are two players they are playing on that team who played for Man City 2 years ago. They have high quality players there. The guys can play football. And the thing is this: what has happened also, the condition suited the team from the Middle East more than Manchester United, Man City. All right. So you'll find that the big game is coming up, PSG and Bayern Munich in the quarterfinal. That is a big game.
Well, the way PSG are playing, it will be almost impossible for anybody to beat them. The way they're playing.
Sebastian, the condition is not easy right now. It is difficult
These
for
guys
the team
play
from Europe.
You saw the game against Inter Miami, against Messi's team?
But I never expected Messi team to
no, but the way these guys are playing, they're at a different level from everybody else.
I don't agree with you.
How do you agree with me? They're at a different level, Lobby. Let's be real.
Like who? Like Miami?
No, I'm talking about PSG. They're on a different level from most of the teams. The way they play.
When you say most of the teams, not the Brazilian teams for sure. Not the Brazilian teams. They are high-level teams. Then you have high-level teams. You have Inter Milan. You have
how many Brazilian teams are in the quarterfinals?
Four of them. Yeah. 4 of them, Sebastian, and they're high-level football. Very much impressed. I mean, they're one touch. Look, it's something else to look at. It's high-level football, but the condition right now is not easy. It's very hot right now. That's why they have a number of breaks. It's not easy playing there right now in America. It's very difficult. It's very hot.
But there's a very interesting competition going on, the CONCACAF Gold Cup.
Yeah.
And we see USA against Mexico in the finals. USA got past Guatemala and Costa Rica, and I thought Guatemala and Costa Rica played better football. USA scored 2 early goals in the semifinals against Guatemala, and Guatemala dominated the rest of the games. But interestingly, they were able to win 2-1. Mexico won over Honduras 1-0. So USA and Mexico are in the finals on Sunday, the 6th of July at 7 p.m.
Yep.
And it's in Houston, Texas.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll take a break now, guys, and when we come back, we will speak cricket. We'll speak cricket.
It's game time. On or off the field, every goal, corner kick, every penalty. From cricket to football to netball to basketball, Del Magis is Dominica's #1 and only all-star sports all gear, all uniform, all access sports center. Get all your team and individual all sportswear, accessories, and fitness comfort apparel. Del Magis got it all. From Nike to Lacoste to Puma, Adidas, Psycho Bunny, Levi's, football boots in all sizes, hoses, shin guards, goalkeeper gloves, sneakers for running, jogging, walking, climbing, hiking, or tracking, softball, cricket ball, sports trophies, and all sports gear and wear. Your sports dominance begins at Del Magis. Oubliez jouer, sway, sauter, marcher, et driver. Track pants, tops, shorts, sports bras. In all neutral or delicate fluorescent colored sports fabrics. Only at Del Magis. Proud sponsor the Sports Wrap. Interactive sports review, results, analysis, predictions, and sports commentary. Del Magis, Arcade George 5th Street, lower down from A Station for Shopping Center.
Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property. You homeowner, and businessman. Protect your property, insure your property. Can't wait for the hurricane. Can't wait till you flood again. Can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season. Insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today. The New India Insurance Company has reopened its doors in Portsmouth, offering the same great services you get in Roseau. Motor vehicle insurance, home and business owners, fire and related perils, public liability, and so much more. Come, visit us today for insurance with a personal touch on Bay Street, Portsmouth, or call us at 445-4023. We are ready to serve you. Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Dominica, it's game time. On or off the field, every goal, corner kick, every penalty. From cricket to football to netball to basketball, Del Magis is Dominica's #1 and only all-star sports all gear, all uniform, all access sports center. Get all your team and individual all sportswear, accessories, and fitness comfort apparel. Del Magis got it all. From Nike to Lacoste to Puma, Adidas, Psycho Bunny, Levi's, football boots in all sizes, hoses, shin guards, goalkeeper gloves, sneakers for running, jogging, walking, climbing, hiking, or tracking, softball, cricket ball, sports trophies, and all sports gear and wear. Your sports dominance begins at Del Magis. Oubliez jouer, sway, sauter, marcher, éventuer, track pants, tops, shorts, sports bras, in all neutral or delicate fluorescent colored sports fabrics. Only at Del Magis. Proud sponsor the Sports Wrap, interactive sports review, results, analysis, predictions, and sports commentary. Del Magis, Arcade George 5th Street, lower down from Ace Shillingford Shopping Center.
Yeah, we're on the home stretch now, guys. We're going to be talking cricket, guys. Today, well, last week, we saw what happened in West Indies. Match done in 3 days. I had predicted that. 3 days, match was over. And the next one that started today was what? Australia won, 286. But guys, I look at the pitch today, 286 could be a big score, eh? You see some balls keeping low. Look at the ball that got the captain out, Cummings. So I'm lifting towards the chest. And anytime you have a pitch playing two heights, on even bounce, it poses a problem for batsmen. And with the Australian tall bowlers, they're going to get assistance on that pitch, and I'm a bit worried for what will happen in the next couple of days when we bat tomorrow morning.
But Thibaut, our problem in the last game was our weakness in the batting. We were short in batting. And this game, we went in 5 fast bowlers. What is the thinking? What's the formula?
You know, I remember obviously you follow cricket, the great Trevor Bailey would say, if 5 bowlers can't do the job, 6 are going to do it. Why? And plus you have the spinner chasing bowler ball. And Chase Kumi is a frontline bowler anywhere. So you have 5 seamers. I don't mind if you have seamers, but quick bowlers, most of them bowling the same pace. I mean, and I don't understand it at all. And again, the West Indies have been made to look foolish. I remember speaking about the vice captaincy business. You put a man weeks ago as the vice captain. Look now, you drop him.
Make it him.
And what would have been interesting, let us suppose something happened to Chase this morning and then Warwick had to captain the team. I mean, that would be something else. I mean, so it made the decision look more stupid where people go around the table, 16 board members, one alone that has played cricket, they come to a decision and look now, you drop your vice captain.
But if you drop the vice captain Warwick and you have weakness in batting, why didn't you bring in another batsman?
Well, some people felt Imlak could have been brought in, But they claim Philip can bat. Anderson Philip, he can handle himself with the bat. So we'll see how that goes. But 5 seamers, I don't know. I really
you need 5 seamers, ordinary seamers. And I'm saying something now to the Dominica Cricket Association and the United Islands Cricket Board. Tyson, pay attention to Tyson. I'm seeing those bowlers that playing for West Indies, and they're not much better than Tyson. Oh. And Tyson was on the A team. So let's pay attention to him. Let's see what training program because he got hit on his head. Let's see what we can do for him, what training programs we can put in place, how we can build up his mental capacity, and have some ideas where we can maybe talk to Ambrose and see if Ambrose can come in to help.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's gonna be very interesting, guys. I mean, the first match we saw the umpiring, and West Indies themselves, they were their worst enemies.
We dropped catches today.
Dropping catches, but although I've always said if there were no drop catches in cricket, nobody would score runs there. I've always said that.
But drop catches matches.
Yeah, but if they were, I said they were their worst enemy. Dropping. Yes, Lobby.
Yes. No, I just want to respond to what Landis said about Tyson. I believe that Sebastian, as a sportsman, a coach that I am, what happened in the world of today, you as an athlete, you have to help yourself. It has to start with you taking the initiative. Our sportsmen, I'm in Dominica. I come into Dominica, Sebastian. And all I see women walking. I'm not seeing sportsmen running. I'm not seeing them doing anything at all. All right? Everybody, I'm wondering what is happening? Where you expect to go? You have to put in the work. I always admired Kevin Hodge. When Hodge would study in Barbados, when there's on vacation, this young man would be in the stadium, he alone. He put in a lot of work. He hit the gym. He's training. He's doing that. So Tyson has to do a lot of work on his own. He has to help himself also.
Agreed, Low Black.
Just now.
Just now what?
All right.
The work, Low Black.
And listen, brother. The work itself. You said bringing Ambrose here. Ambrose is one. Ambrose. Yes, but you have to ask yourself: is he prepared for the workload? You have to start doing the work.
Who's prepared? Who's prepared for the workload?
Tyson himself has to start doing the work on his own.
Let's forget about that, Low Black.
Okay, no, I'm just telling you. Brother. You have to, as a professional coach as I am, as a person involved in sports for years, that's my forte. I'm just telling you what I'm saying internationally.
Tyson made West Indies A team.
All right.
Low Black. He made West Indies A team.
What we have to do. They have to help themselves.
See that he has potential. People are seeing that he has potential.
But he has work to do. He has a lot of work to do on his own. Look, fast bowling is like long distance running. You have a lot of work to do. You have to do a lot of work on his own. You have to continue
on his own, Low Black. How do you know that?
Guys are doing any work at all. You pack off here. They're doing anything at all. You don't sit down and expect them to do.
Well, Lobby, I don't think you should make a statement like that when you have no.
What they're doing?
But we are just doing anything.
I'm in Dominica. I must see anybody. Look, I'm in the guard. I must see anybody running.
No, Lobby, you said he's not doing anything. You haven't been wrong to say that the man is not doing anything.
Whenever I come Dominica 2 to 3 times a year, Sebastian, I ask guys, I asking people. I'm talking to sportsmen. People have been traded meet guys.
No, but Tyson has been here. The franchise is based in St. Vincent, so he's not been in Dominica.
Right.
He's a contracted
No,
player.
but Sibo, how much? I asked you, how much work is being done on his own?
No, but what I'm saying is in St. Vincent, that's where the contracted players are with Rhode Island.
So
they
he's
have
there for the year.
coaches right there. Huh?
He's there for the year.
That's where they're based. Unless they're playing, that's where they're based. They're getting paid every month. So they're based there. And in fact, the main coaches have been sanctioned, Kenroy Peters. Plus, they had an assistant. So all the players, the contracted players, are supposed to be based in the franchise territory, which is St. Vincent.
Sebastian, another question. Yes, looking at West Indies, as I told you, West Indies. I'm looking at, first of all, I'm looking at India, Australia, looking at these countries, their coaching staff. I'm looking at their staff, who they have. West Indies presently, our batting coach, the batting coach we have, has it been an outstanding batsman in the Caribbean, Sebastian?
I will answer that. Let's take this caller. Hold on. Let's take the caller. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Hey, boy, what's happening?
Hey, Babs, what's up? Good night.
You know, I'm watching this cricket there, all right? And I go back to Warrior, Frank Warrior, when he said a few years ago, the cricket of the Caribbean, West Indies cricket, has to come from the island. It will be coming from that. That's what he predicted. Now I'm looking at cricket, Test cricket in the Caribbean. The stadiums are empty. People are nobody watching that. As a matter of fact, I say that Dominica is an exceptional place as far as that is concerned, because do you realize we should have been capitalizing on this cricket, Test cricket?
Yeah, well, I think
no way in Dominica you could have a Test match where you not to see the stadium filled. I remember, let me give you, when Australia came to the played in Dominica twice, I think.
Australia, I'm trying to remember, they played.
Recently, yeah,
Australia have been in the Caribbean for 10 years now. You know, the last time we were in the Caribbean, 10 years now.
When Richie Fontaine was the captain, I was privileged to have had dinner with him, with Richie Richardson, who was the manager of the West Indies team at Port Young. And the man said, we were talking, discussing, he said, the ambience, the excitement, the way Dominicans are looking at cricket, he will come back here. He said he hasn't seen that in the other islands. And we are not capitalizing on this model. We built the stadium there, and so when we believe we were going, we took our football from the Winter Park. And we are not capitalizing on that. There's no way, in my view, that a test match would be played in Dominica for the stadium not to be filled. Why are we not capitalizing on this?
And you know, Bob, to strengthen your point, I think there were more Australians in the ground today than West Indians, for sure.
Just like in Barbados.
Yeah, there are more Australians in the ground. In fact, Andrew Messi was supposed to join us, but probably having difficulty. I do not believe there were 2,000 people in the ground today watching cricket. No way.
If Atanad and Hodge was playing this test series and they were playing a test match in Dominica and these two fellows won the team, you realize what would have happened in Dominica? We don't realize we're not looking at the future of the young people to encourage them. We're not looking at that at all. To me, now we're talking about rights and so on. We are not capitalizing. The economic situation would have improved as far as
Sports tourism.
When I played cricket for Dominica, we were playing in the garden. The garden was always filled. People were there. We have seen from England coming to play in Dominica. The Dominicans have a kind of thing about sport that I don't think the other islands have it. And we are not capitalizing on this. I'm looking at this and I said, boy, look, if Hodge and Arsenal was on this West Indies team and they play the test what he done, why they wouldn't have places for people to live in them to come. Oh my God, and this is what we have to concentrate on, man. All right.
Thank you, Babs. Thanks. No, let me to go back to your question. You made a point about the batting coach. What make your point? Let me hear what you say.
No, I said, Sebastian, first of all, I listen, you have been talking about coaching, okay, but gone other days. Presently, you have coaches. In all the islands, they have coaches. And I'm saying this, we have a problem. I told you from first of all, when Haynes, they made Haynes, even Reds echoed that Haynes should have been the batting coach instead of chief selector to help the batsmen. All right? We
do you know Haynes was a batting coach at some point? Are you aware of that?
How long he lasted?
Well, I'm telling you, Haynes was the batting coach right here in Dominica, the West Indies team. When Otis Gibson was the coach, the head coach.
So why he left?
Well, I don't know why they didn't re-engage him. Maybe they were not satisfied with him. Yeah, Haynes was the batting coach when Otis Gibson was the head coach.
Yeah, that is the problem we have. That's the problem.
But you were making a point about, you were asking about the quality of the batting coach now. You made that point about...
Yes.
What exactly were you saying?
No, I said the batting coach we have now, the present batting coach we have in terms of what is his quality in terms of as a batsman for West Indies?
No. Well, the point I want to respond to that. It doesn't mean because you are the best batsman, you are the best coach,
I agree, but you can...
Because the Australian coach, batting coach, is not anybody he didn't play any kind of level of cricket. The point is, the Australian coach, batting coach, is not no big cricket guy. It doesn't mean because you are a brilliant cricketer, it will make you a good coach. It doesn't really add up.
But we have deficiency in that here. We haven't seen any, but our batting, Sebastian, we have been collapsing for the longest while.
Listen, Low Black, West Indies hasn't produced a world-class batsman for more than 10 years. And that is a fact. Look at Craig Brathwaite. Listen to this. Listen to why. Craig Brathwaite is playing in 100 tests, right? You know, in the history of test cricket, he has the lowest average of any batsman that has played 100 tests. The lowest average. And in fact, I was checking Craig Brathwaite. He has made 3 half centuries in 33 innings and averaged 19 point something. Yeah, a person that average shouldn't even be playing. So he has been lucky to play all these matches.
I agree with you. Look, I've never been impressed with Brathwaite. He looked very puny on the field. I asked myself, very lucky. If he was a Dominican, he was from the islands, he would have been dropped long ago.
Yes, so to say that our batting has been poor for the last 10 or more years.
But
the last time we had a world-class batsman was Chandra Paul.
Why it is so poor right now? Why it is so poor?
Well, because the cricket in the Caribbean is poor, Lobby. You have a situation in Dominica where schools are not even playing cricket. Look at that. As I tell you, you had the under-15 competition, 5 schools that played in Dominica. And that's not only in Dominica that's happening. So young people, guys not playing because the curriculum doesn't allow that.
So let's now, you're making a very valid point now, very valid point, that the interest is not there anymore among the young people.
The interest is not there. It's the people that in charge, the management. Because listen, you watch sports all over how they do that, but here it seems to be different in Dominica. Seems to be different, and maybe not Dominica alone, maybe some of the other islands as well.
Because on a brighter note,
just now,
on a brighter note.
Go ahead.
The Cricket West Indies Rising Stars on the 19 Championship. Winwell scored 124. Paltry total.
They only won by 5 runs. Yeah, 5 runs.
Good. But the outlay was for 119. They won the first game. And there are 5 Dominicans playing on that team. Even if our level of cricket is so low, we've got 5-6 Dominicans on the Winwell Islands team. So this is a bright spot that we should work on and try to develop.
Babylon won handsomely against Guyana.
You said about this
USA 2 games in the competition.
Every
What's that,
school,
Bobby?
Sibo, every school has a sports teacher, you know, I think, in Dominica.
Well, we'll come back to that. Let's take this caller. Good evening.
Yes, Sibo.
Yeah, good evening.
This thing you made mention of Brathwaite, who's playing his 100th test today and averaging 32. You know, I was comparing him to Jedisha or whatever how the name is pronounced. Indian spinner. You know, this Indian spinner that's number 7 for India.
You mean Jadeja?
Jadeja, right. Today played his 82nd test. He's averaging as a number 7 batsman. He's averaging 35 runs per.
You're correct. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, that's true. Jadeja, yeah.
Our top batsman is averaging 32. So that is our problem right there. And that's why I don't understand. The first test, it was our batting that failed. Our bowling was all right. We took 20 wickets for less than 500 runs, you know, in the match. But we hardly scored 350 runs in the test. And instead of dropping the vice captain and bringing
a batsman
Anderson because he had a better record than anyone, he's the only one averaging in the 40s in our first class. Why is he not on the team instead of bringing in a fifth seamer? I just don't understand what is going on. I don't understand who is picking the team. I don't understand what is their plan, what their objectives.
That's their brand.
It's definitely not something to help us win, as Sammy alluded to last week. Just wanted to say that.
Very good.
Thank you. Good point. Yeah, but West Indies, I mean, if West Indies don't bat properly tomorrow, West Indies could probably be facing defeat again. They have to bat tomorrow. Tomorrow, they need to start well. Brathwaite thinks that he might do well in his 100th test. He's determined, he says in his interviews, to make runs. So he needs to make runs because, I mean, in the last 3-4 years, he hasn't done well and he has been lucky to be playing. But, you know, I watched this catch of hope today. Did you all see it? I wasn't sure if that he really caught that, but did you see it?
Yeah.
The one of hope today. I don't know.
I think he gloved it.
Yeah, the one of hope. I was watching the replay, and sometimes this thing not conclusive at all. Some of them. But West Indies have to bat tomorrow because I mean they didn't bat well in the first test, huh?
Sibo, you keep on talking. You are a batsman. You played top cricket with top bowlers, top bowlers, and you made your opening statement. You said about the wicket, and if the wicket is biting like that, and the quality of the Australian bowlers will be in serious problem.
You know what I find too in the Caribbean? It appears that our groundsmen guessing. You watch the England test and you see a pitch where a batsman can make runs, a pitch. But you come to the Caribbean, the pitch, some balls are keeping low, some are lifting, and you're not even sure. A batsman never really in on pitches like that. And I don't know if we haven't found the art of really preparing proper pitches. I don't know.
But this has been a problem for some time, our wickets. I believe that should be addressed. That thing should be addressed at the highest level.
In days gone by, I mean, you had Barbados pitch, Jamaica, you had lovely pitches. I mean,
of course,
pitches with even bunks. But now, look at, in fact, if you look at when Cummins got out, the ball at left, I was looking at the reaction of some of the players, and some of them were not smiling, particularly the batsmen. I look at Graves, because they have to bat on it. When the ball is keeping low like that, and if you look at Ansari Joseph, he was laughing, was with, what's his name? With Joseph. He's happy, but the batsmen didn't look happy, because they're saying at the first day of a test match, look at how low a ball is keeping. That
might end up in 2.5 days, 3 days again.
Right. And I hope not, but it could very well be, because if we don't bat well tomorrow, that game could be over by Saturday. It could very well be.
Because how could we weaken our batting instead of strengthening our batting after this dismal performance, Sebastian? Huh?
Well, you said, but it's the same batting team they have. I mean, Warwican only replaced by a bowler. They didn't bring in a batsman. So
I
you
thought
know
they would have
batting.
dropped Brathwaite. I thought they would have dropped Brathwaite.
No, but if you drop back to pick with Louis, I mean, I don't know.
But boy, look, you mentioned when you had when Sammy was on the program, you had mentioned about technique, Louis technique. Look at the others. Look at what happened to us. We are crumbling. We are crumbling. So where's the technique? We are still crumbling.
all this is happening, and Sebastian can confirm that, because our regional league, the quality is low.
Very low. It's poor.
It's very low. It's poor. So who we are producing from our regional league to play test matches, they cannot perform.
Yeah, the regional
they cannot compete with other people, and that's the problem there.
The wickets are bad.
Yeah, well, as I said, they really haven't been up to standard. And as I said, when you compare, you look at the pitch in England, and you compare it with ours. You look at that, the pitch in England, and you see Shubman Gill look like he could make a triple century. He could have made a triple century today. Look at that.
Even when you played Sebastian cricket, the wickets were much better than that.
Top that. They were quick, but the bounce was even. As a batsman, all you want is even bounce on the pitch. You don't want to know the one ball keeps low, the next ball towards. So you don't know how to make the adjustment because you just don't know what is coming next. You don't know.
So if Patterson had to bowl on a wicket like that, somebody would have been dead?
Or Malcolm Marshall and Andy Roberts.
Andy Roberts,
all of them. So West Indies have to bat tomorrow. Let's hope they can bat. Let's hope they can stay there and bat because I don't know what's happening. Brathwaite, I mean, the openers need to give a good start. And you know, I watched Campbell got out last week. And I'm saying, did you see how he got out? The second inning?
Who is that?
Campbell, the left-hand. Did you see? He played a scoop early on, right? Right. He played a scoop. It went for 4. And he tried it again and got out. Now, you've been hearing this thing from the coaching about playing a brand of cricket.
What brand?
I'm just telling you what you heard. I've already said you cannot play brand if you don't have the players to do it.
True.
So I am saying, I wonder if Campbell is not something that was put in his head to do those kind of things. Because how could an opening batsman be doing something like that in a test match, playing a scoop against a fast bowler? I couldn't believe that. So
I found
the way what's happening.
The way he got off Sebastian, I found a strange way he batted. He's not here alone. The way West Indies crumbled, I said to God, the guys and them went to bed late. They had a hangover.
Well, again, people playing without common sense. The last over of the day when the test match was Wednesday, Friday. First of all, in Barbados and Saturday, there would not have been cricket if they had started because rain fell all day. The last over, Samuel Joseph was in 40 odd. A message should have been sent to him to tell him, well, just block out the over. We'll come back tomorrow because you don't know, rain could wash out the other 2 days. The guy was trying to probably get the fastest half century, and he gets out, and the next ball, Seals gets out, and the match is over. You don't play cricket like that.
True.
You fight to say, well, last over, let's just block it out, come back tomorrow. All happened that if there was supposed to have been playing Barbados this Saturday, they would have not have been played because rain fell all day. So I don't know. Who did
when you reach a stage, look at Sebastian, and you are a connoisseur in cricket, where you're number 11 top scores in a test match, you're in serious problems.
Of course.
Number 11, yes. Shama Joseph top score 44 in the second inning.
Yes.
You're in serious problems.
But I always say Shama Joseph is not a number 11. Eh? No way. He bats better than Seals for sure.
True.
He could be batting before Jalen Seals. I don't know how they could have been a number 11.
But even
he's not a number 11. Huh?
I would begin bat before Alzari.
Yeah, you're right. Let's take this caller before we close. Good evening.
Simo.
Yes, darling.
Let me tell you, I want to ask a question. Oh, listen, when I ask, I want to learn, eh?
Right.
Let me tell you, Sibu.
Mm-hmm.
I find when you look at Indians playing, Australians and the other teams, to me they have a different batting technique.
Mm-hmm.
The way they hit the ball. I am wondering, is it our technique that's bad? I'm just asking.
Good point you're making.
when we had people like Lara,
well, Lara was a genius, eh?
Yes,
so you
and
wouldn't
other players, Gladys W's, these fellas there who passed. You had this one from Antigua, what's it?
Viv?
Huh?
Viv Richards?
Yes, Viv. Yes, so
Lokat Sebastian, Irvin Chimulford, Clem John.
Let's hear what she said.
Technique, they still hit the ball in. I'm just asking. So, what is the problem? No, I mean, you all say about our cricketing thing is about it's weak. But generally, to me, the techniques of the others, to me, is different from ours. See, but what is the problem,
Well, I don't know. Well, again, sometimes I've always said, when you get you coach people 15, 16, you cannot, when you reach that level, it's difficult to coach people a bad thing. I mean, you look at Shubman Gill, the guy is a touch player. This guy grew up in that. But our guys, maybe we're not doing a good job at under 16 and under 15 level. That's what the problem is. We're not doing a good job enough. But anyway, guys, we have to come to a program because I think they're going to be carrying the workers' meeting wherever it is in Granford. So on behalf of Ronald Lander, Manuel Loblack, and Charles, say good night. We'll hear you all next week.
Dominica, it's game time. On or off the field, every goal, corner kick, every penalty. From cricket to football to netball to basketball, Del Magis is Dominica's #1 and only all-star sports, all gear, all uniform, all access sports center. Get all your team and individual all sportswear at